It's a Minimalist Monday edition of Optimal Living Daily, episode 1333, The Number One Myth About Minimalism by Brianna Lamberson with Sidebar.com. And I'm Justin Malik, the guy that reads to you every single day of the year, including weekends and holidays, to help you live a more meaningful and positive life. Today's post being from Sidebar.com. And a big thanks to our friends at Carbona. Do you get obsessed with stubborn stains that just can't seem to go away? I do. And Carbona is just as obsessed with all things clean. They've developed a wide range of solutions from carpet care to laundry, and they've been delivering amazing results since 1908. Goodbye stains, hello happiness. Live life unstained. Shop Carbona.com with code OLD for 20% off. That's Carbona.com, code OLD for 20% off. For now, let's get right to it as we optimize your life. The Number One Myth About Minimalism by Brianna Lamberson with Sidebar.com. Becoming a minimalist is about adopting new routines. The more routine I become, the more free I feel. I used to be trapped by emergencies and other people's demands. I used to be lost in my day, not knowing what to do next. Creating new minimalist routines hasn't resulted in the rigid, boring, sparse life as I thought it might. Quite the contrary, as a matter of fact. I've discovered the less time I spend making decisions on small things like what time to get up, when to clean the bathroom sink, or when to go grocery shopping, the more I can devote to my art, writing, marriage, friendships, and health. In short, having a minimalist approach to all areas of life is making mine more abundant. Minimalism is trendy. All the cool kids are doing it. I typically resist trends, but I am drawn to this phenomenon. However, after reading and talking to friends, I've come to the conclusion that people resist minimalism because they believe this way of life is for a certain class of people and that it doesn't fit their identity. The number one myth about minimalism. I used to believe minimalism was a trend for wealthy folks who owned too much and wouldn't hurt if they got rid of half the things taking up space. While talking to my best friend recently, she mentioned this trend is perceived by many as too expensive for the average person to adopt. Minimalism may seem bourgeoisie to some because in time it results in quality over quantity, but in reality, I believe it's the way for anyone to become rich. Yes, I believe that becoming a minimalist creates an abundant life. Through minimalism, you can experience an abundance of gratitude, contentment for what you have, time for the things that matter most, love, quality relationships because you know what's really important, peace of mind because you're focused, self-reliance because you become incredibly resourceful, money because you're no longer wanting things that don't matter, and rich in freedom because you've let go of pursuing the world's standards. The less you need from this world, the less the world's worries burden you. And the truth is, anyone, anywhere with any budget can do this. You need less than you think. You need less food than you think, less clothing than you think, less home than you think, less money and fewer possessions than you think. Let me illustrate this by telling a story. About a year ago, I decided to quit a part-time job because, frankly, it was costing me a fortune in gas to get there. While I was looking for another job, I had to find a way to cut as many costs as I could. My husband, who was supporting us 100% at the time, agreed to commit to spending no more than $50 a week on all of our food. That's $1.19 per person per meal. Adapting to a smaller grocery budget forced me into new routines. It taught me when and where to shop, what foods go the farthest, and when to cook. Not only did we learn how far a little can go, we also realized how much we were nickel and diming our resources away in other areas. During this period, I didn't buy a single article of clothing and broke my addiction to shopping. We didn't eat out and stopped making random purchases. We made it work. It wasn't easy, I'll admit, but it taught me I need less than I think and that I can be happy and content regardless of how much money I make. Yes, you can live on less and have more freedom. What expenses can you cut back on or cut out completely? Minimalism can be for everyone. Anyone can become a minimalist. Anyone can eat well, spend less, and live on less. I believe this wholeheartedly. I'm not saying that these things can be easily achieved on one's own without help or without an indomitable tenacity. I'm simply saying that the counterintuitive nature of minimalism is good for the human condition. less equals more. What is essential to all of this is a vision for your life. You have to know what your core values are and how those values help create the person you want to become. If you want to be generous, you have to see how much you already have and learn to let go. If you want to have adventure and freedom, you have to learn to say ruthlessly no to things that might seem important. If you want to be healthy in any season of life, you have to feed your body and take care of your physical needs now. If you want to create lasting work in the world, you have to be shrewd with your time. Minimalism can be for everyone. However, not everyone is ready for minimalism. The goal of minimalism is not perfection. The goal of a simplified life is to overcome perfectionism and procrastination. It's ultimately about achieving personal mastery. That is, mastering our human nature to complicate and self-sabotage, to drift. The goal of my work is to help see that your life is precious, your time is precious, and there's a work of art inside you that must be fulfilled. This work of art is the woman or man that you are, the kind of person who is unshakable, unstoppable, unavoidable, happy, strong, and giving. You may not like all that I have to say, but I want you to confront it head on with an open mind. You may not agree with my worldview, but I want you to try it anyway. You have to do the work if you want results. You have to flip the switch if you want to see the light. You can't keep sitting in the dark expecting to find your way. Do something about it. Stop thinking your way through problems and start making changes. Give something big away. Stop holding on to things that weigh you down and hold you back. If nothing were to change in your life right now, where would you be in a year, 5 years, a decade? How does that make you feel? You just listened to the post titled The Number One Myth About Minimalism by Brianna Lamberson with NoSidebar.com. And a big thanks to our friends at Carbona. Are you tired of stubborn stains and horrible messes in your home like I was? Carbona's first product, which was a cleaning fluid, launched in 1908 to great success. And since then, they have turned their decades of cleaning expertise into a range of products that get the job done easily and quickly. A fun fact is I had 7 animals in my house at one point, so I was extra excited to hear about their pet stain and odor remover. It comes with active foam technology to actively remove stains with a bubbling action that leaves carpets fresh and clean. And the bristles deep clean carpet fibers and neutralize odors. It's truly a pet owner's other best friend. And beyond pet stain removers, Carbona has highly efficient products for your laundry, carpets, and washing machine. So live life unstained. Shop Carbona.com with code OLD for 20% off. That's CARBONA.com with code OLD for 20% off. I'll leave it there for today. Hope you're having a great start to your week, and I'll be back tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.